Hey guys, what's going on? Just a quick little update here. I recently discovered, due to a comment that somebody made on one of my videos, I didn't fully explain the removal of the two fantastic fans, for lack of a better term. It's certainly not what they were. Actually, I take that back. The rear location was a fantastic fan. The front was arguably factory, and the middle location seemed to be more of like a vent. And also the roof antenna removal. So I didn't explain that thoroughly. I guess in my mind, it's pretty self-explanatory with drilling out the rivets and all that. So I didn't have a video showing exactly my process for removal. I tried to just more explain it. But anyway, I wanted to come back and show you guys some pictures here, or some, I guess, video of. So that's what it obviously looks like when the fan is removed from the front. You have to drill out all of those rivets all the way around both sides, right? I didn't count them, but I'm guessing there's somewhere between 30 and 50, so we'll say at least 40 rivets. Once you get those removed, then there's who knows what up there. Butyl tape probably from the factory, or Sikaflex, something like that, Tempro, whatever they used back then. But then if there's been any repairs over the years, and obviously you're gonna have whatever that previous owner decided to use. For me, there was lots of silicone up there, so I had to scrape it. I bought some plastic razor blades, which seemed to help a little bit, but honestly, the best tool that I used was my DeWalt electric oscillating tool. And I just put the finest bit that I had, which is designed for metal. Obviously was very careful because it will cut right through that aluminum like butter. But I used it and kind of rested it on top of the aluminum and pushed it along just right at the edge of where the sealant was and the raw aluminum, and just kind of pushed it along and barely, feathered the trigger to make the oscillating tool move. And boy, that cut right through that sealant like it was nothing. So that's my, advice, I guess, for lack of a better term there. Sorry. I also used a heat gun, and the heat gun really seemed to help as well. It's probably certainly more safer than using the oscillating tool, because I did get into the skin a little bit. I'll show you up here if you can see this little bitty cut right there. That's from my oscillating tool where it kind of got away from me. Now, thankfully, when I put the new fantastic fan in, that's going to be cut out anyway, or real close to it. And so I don't think it's going to cause any issues as far as sealing back up and everything like that. If it does, I'll put a plate there or something. We'll figure it out. But probably the best tool to use would be a heat gun and some sort of scraper. Plastic razor blade, what they call a 5-way tool that you can get at any paint store. Those are very handy. Worked pretty well here. And then next to that would be the factory antenna location. There again, there's probably, a dozen or so rivets that kind of go around in a circular pattern. You can see those there. Obviously, those have to be drilled out. And then whatever components are on the inside, as far as where the handle comes down, when you crank it up manually and all that had to all be taken apart, which is pretty self-explanatory. There again, if you're familiar with hand tools and things like that, that all came apart relatively easily. Some people are leaving those antennas and using them. Others aren't. I went back and forth on it, and I decided, I don't want the extra worry and clutter onto the roof. I'm probably not even going to replace it, to be honest with you. I'll probably just cap it off. But I may get digging into research or something along those lines and end up putting a Wi-Fi extender or something up there. That's probably the most appropriate thing these days. As long as your cell phone works, you can watch, Hulu or whatever you have from your phone anymore, or iPad or computer. So I don't really see a need for over-the-air antenna, unless you're maybe concerned about the world ending or something like that, and you want to be able to have access to AM and FM frequencies, which probably isn't a bad idea, the more I get to thinking about it. But anyway, the middle fan is still in, as you can see, or the middle vent. I haven't removed that yet, and I am honestly on the fence on whether or not to keep that and just put some type of decorative panel up there. I've seen people use like these ceiling tiles and screens from, Lowe's, big box stores, Home Depot, Menards, things like that look pretty nice once everything's finished out. And then you could still simply, lift that up and get a breeze that comes through, and it doesn't cost $300 like a fantastic fan does. So you know, I'm on the fence there. But and then in the very back location, if I can walk back through here and show you guys this, it's kind of dangerous. No subfloor in yet, but back location, this is, excuse me, this is where a fantastic fan was. Was not in very good shape. It did semi work, but it was very dirty, molded. And I just thought, you know what, if I'm replacing the one in the front, I'm going to replace the one in the back. So same process, drill out all the rivets, scrape off all the, you know, gunk up there, whatever type of sealant it is, and it pulled out relatively easy. Of course, after you remove the interior trim piece, obviously. Okay, so I did want to provide that little update. I guess I thought I was, in my mind, I thought I was clear in my video that I posted last year, but after the gentleman's comment, it clearly made me go back and rewatch it, and I decided, yeah, I probably ought to update that. So I hope that helps, guys. You know, keep on keeping on. These things are a work in progress. We will have owned our Airstream, birth of the Airstream. It'll be 4 years this September. I've told you guys this before. It pains me to think that I've had this thing for 4 years and we're not out camping in it yet. But it is what it is. Raising babies, working, and things like that. You know, those there's always other things that are you know, more responsibility, I guess, is involved. But quick little update. I am starting to put the subfloor in, and I've got the first 3 pieces up to the door. So I like to say subfloor to the door. So there we go. I hope that helped clear up the issue with the gentleman's comment, and you guys take care now. Bye.